today we will make a presentation with the Viaccess Orca and OVH on a use case related to the way to create reports related to copyright infringement to cloud provider. So I will begin and my colleague takes the second part. So a few words about OVH. We are a cloud provider with 33 data centers over the world. The trust and safety team handle all data centers except for USA. It's a specific team for the USA. We have 70 terabytes of bandwidth, of public bandwidth between OVH data center and the world. So for the beginning, we'll just give you some advice, some tips to create relevant reports. We begin to a glossary to permit you to identify different intervenants. You have the registrar. The registrar can permit you to buy a domain, any domain name. The registrar is not necessarily the hoster or the provider. You have the cloud provider like OVH Cloud, but you can have other AWS, Microsoft, Google, and so. You have the hoster. The hoster is the people who host the content. It can be a web agency, can be a reseller, IT company, and so. You have the domain owner, the people who buy the domain for their own usage. So the first part is how to know who is the registrar of a domain. So you can use the ICANN website and check the registrar part to know on which registrar the domain is registered. You can also use the command line for the most tech people with the command whois. So as I explained, you can use you can buy a domain on a registrar and host your website in other company. So it can be sometimes difficult to identify where is the content, where is the infringement, where is hosted. The part to identify the cloud provider in which network the content is hosted, you have some browser add-on to permit to check it easily. And with command line, you can use the command dig to permit to have the IP. And with the IP, you can know the network on who hosts the content, the website. And sometimes, as I previously explained, sometimes cloud provider can are not the hoster because the hoster is the end user who loan servers and so, and have the responsibility to take down copyright infringement content, for example. You have a specific case. It's Cloudflare. Cloudflare permits you to hide your server IPs. It provides CDN, it provides SSL, and some cache system to speed up your website with some part of your website, like picture on the CDN. And it's quite hard to know where is the cloud provider really host the content. So if you have a domain name or an URL who is hosted on Cloudflare, you can use their abuse form, and they will forward the report to the corresponding cloud provider to permit to the corresponding team to handle the report and make the action needed. So for a good report, we put 10 tips for copyright owner. So first one is for security reason, avoid attachment. It will be blocked on our system to prevent malware infection, for example. Check if the cloud provider is if it's a good cloud provider, because we receive sometimes a request, but it's not on OVH network, it's on other networks. Add technical detail like logs, like proof of ownership, and something like that, to permit the trust and safety team to check the relevant information and be able to confirm the report and take action. So far, I already said put the proof of ownership in shared link. You can use some link to put your data instead of attachment. If the domain is hid by Cloudflare, please use the Cloudflare form instead of creating duplicate report on the cloud provider, because it will make more extra work for airtime. For the first report, use the abuse form, because, and Sophie will explain, if you send a lot of reports, we can work together and find other way to discuss with more efficiency. But at the beginning, use the abuse form to help our robots to handle the case. On your report, provide only one domain or one IP, not several domains, because several domains can be linked to different customers, and it will be harder to handle. Don't spam trust and safety, because we receive a lot of escalation. I'll give you an example. I send you a report 10 minutes ago and you don't take anything. Let us some time to be able to take the information, to read the report, and to inform the customer and ask him to remove the content. Before send an update, because the content, you think the content is still up, please check if the content is really up or not, because we receive sometime we need an update of this case and the content is already done, already removed. And for the last part is open discussion with the cloud provider to permit to put in place some process to work better with more efficiency. And I will let you the floor.
Thank you, Alexandre. So, hi everyone. So, just to introduce myself briefly, so I'm Sophie Cornet from Viaccess Orca. So, I will illustrate what just Alexandre described. So, let's start. So, start a few words about VO, Viaccess Orca, VO to keep it short. So, Viaccess Orca is a leading provider of OTT and TV platform solution. Advanced data and content protection. With over 25 years of leadership in industry, we help content provider, TV broadcaster to shape smarter and safer TV and OTT experience. VO is a French company, part of Orange Group, and our customers are all over the world, and technology integrated in many ecosystems. So, bringing video and security together for over 2 decades, VO provide anti-piracy services to fight video piracy, and for TV operator, broadcaster, and content provider all across the globe. Since its creation, Viaccess Orca have been facing piracy. As the threats evolve, it can take various shapes, to the simplest one like password sharing that everyone knows, to the most complex one like attacking an STB or a smart card, more complex. But we now see that video restreaming is as a main threat. And for a right holder, clearly restreaming their content is slashing into their revenue. This past year, the line between content protection and cybersecurity is getting thinner, really. VEO now partners with major cybersecurity players to offer anti-piracy services as part of SOC. But so now let's give a bit of context. So why, what is the problem, and how we came to interact with OVH Cloud. So as said, video piracy is one of the main threats for our customers, the content owner. Fighting piracy for them is the best way to protect their revenue and their business. Our objective as an anti-piracy actor is clearly to make the life of pirate difficult and to frustrate the people who are using such content, so the illegal content. So in this context, for one of our customers, VEO targeted illegal IPTV services. So what it is, illegal IPTV services are a subscription-based restreaming service. For a market price of $50 by year, we can say that, user can access to 1,000 VOD content, 1,000 live channel. It's a little bit crazy. It's a less visible form of piracy in that sense that you need a subscription to access it. And for your information, if I can give you some figure, 4.5% of European population use illicit IPTV, and it's rising up to almost 12% of 16-24 demographic. So it's estimated that 17 million of people in Europe that are using illicit IPTV. So huge number, really. This illegal IPTV service rely on the technical enabler like infrastructure provider, hosting provider, hardware manufacturer. They need them to provide the functionality that they need to deliver the content to end user. And it has been estimated that more than 30K servers worldwide are used to restream illegal content. So it's totally crazy. Our goal as anti-piracy company is to impact the various levels of this complex pirate ecosystem. And to do so how to do it? To impact every piracy use case and situation, VEO offer a set of services, a set of anti-piracy services tailored to market needs. Here you may see our wheel of services. From the streaming infrastructure to the device, to the end device. In fact, VEO is here at every step to help our customer protecting their content. Our services combine the best of technology like watermarking, yes, a most common solution, human expertise, automation, and machine learning to improve the result. For the case study of today, so to illustrate what Alexandre said, we speak about what we call APC IPTV. It's our anti-piracy service to fight against illegal IPTV services that I described just previously. And a possible way of action with this type of service is to use what Alexandre said, so the takedown notice or DMCA notice. It's something that can be used. This remediation action is a notice sent to an hosting provider, to a payment provider, to a registrar, and so on, to every part of the ecosystem, and request to act by shutting down, for example, server, or in fact stopping the activity with a pirate customer. Last year, we VEO identified that some illegal IPTV service were using OVH Cloud to distribute stolen content. And that's why at this step, in fact, we contacted OVH with Xavier, for example. And after a definition of a common process of notification during an intense year of sport event, VEO started sending on a regular basis take down notification to OVH cloud team. And the results have been quickly observed. So you may see in this graph, you may see the number of IP addresses of video servers hosted by OVH Cloud during 6 months. After we agreed of a common process of notification, so you can see it, the T0, you may see that the volume of IP addresses quickly decreased. So what does it mean? It means that no more video server of monitor illegal IPTV services have been identified at OVH level. It means that with this collaborative work, we succeed to frustrate the pirate. They have been forced to move as their services were no longer hosted by OVH Cloud. So what we learned during this case study? We learned that it's clearly a win-win situation. With this collaborative work, VO allow impacting, for this collaborative work, allow us, VO, impacting pirates, and allow also OVH Cloud reducing abusive use or of their service. It's also a way to protect revenue. Clearly, working together, we formulate a successful and efficient and effective strategy to clearly protect our customer revenue. And on OVH Cloud side, it reduces your legal risk in front of the customer. It's also a way of expertise and efficiency. The Viaccess Orca and OVH Cloud partnership demonstrates the power of collaborative approach of experts to copyright enforcement. And it's also a way to create a safer environment. Through such partnerships, we can create a safer environment for the digital content ecosystem and ensure a stronger framework for content protection. In short, it helps for cleaning the web. And we know that, you know, anti-piracy, it's always a game of cat and mouse. We know that after this type of action, pirates will move. They will move to more distant, more exotic infrastructure service provider, the so-called bulletproof hosting. But it costs them money to migrate, time to change, and often it decreases their quality of service. So, and in terms of video, it's really decrease the video quality for the user, for the final user. So we know that there is no silver bullet to fight piracy, and that's why at VO we have this set of anti-piracy services for every pirate use case and situation. But at least this collaborative action was clearly a good bullet for us and for our customer. So thank you. It was my demonstration, my illustration of what you said with this case study. Here you may see our details, so please feel free to contact us, of course, if you have any question or comment.
Scan, je travaille pour ACE et la MPA. Et voilà, on a remarqué que certains sites illégaux qui se cachent comme beaucoup derrière Cloudflare, une fois qu'on avait réussi à obtenir la vraie adresse IP qui est parfois chez OVH et qu'on contactait OVH, nos notifications étaient souvent tout simplement ignorées. Et je voulais savoir si OVH comptait mettre en place peut-être un processus pour remédier à ce petit souci.
Alors en fait, au niveau des process, ce qu'on avait fait avec Viaccess, c'est qu'on s'est mis d'accord sur effectivement un format de report, parce qu'on a beaucoup d'automatisation pour tout ça. Et donc, pour être sûr que les robots soient capables de récupérer les éléments pertinents, de pouvoir identifier le client de façon automatisée, etc. Donc peut-être que juste les robots n'arrivent pas à identifier les éléments, donc éventuellement on peut discuter après qu'on puisse regarder ce que vous envoyez, mais probablement c'est peut-être juste qu'on n'arrive pas à les attraper de façon automatique, et avec la volumétrie qu'on peut recevoir, bah, c'est compliqué humainement parlant des fois de les voir passer. sur ces sujets-là parce qu'on ne gère pas que la partie copyright, on gère tous les sujets Trust and Safety. Donc le spam, le phishing, le malware, les attaques réseau, tout ce qui va être tentative d'intrusion. On va avoir donc le trademark, le copyright. Et puis parfois on a des sujets beaucoup plus critiques et sensibles également. Donc c'est vrai que des fois on peut passer à côté, humainement parlant. C'est pour ça qu'on a l'aide. Mes devs ils sont là. Mais voilà, s'il y a des choses effectivement qui ne marchent pas, il faut qu'on regarde un petit peu ensemble, qu'on optimise le process comme on l'a fait avec Viaccess et qu'on puisse se mettre d'accord et à ce moment-là effectivement mettre vos signalements dans nos robots.
Ok, merci.
Je te passerai ma carte de visite après.